Welcome back to part 3 of our interview with Keith Michelfelder and Ashleigh Baratta, where they tell us where the Affordable Care Act is headed and how that will affect your business and your personal health care in 2018. Keep it right here. Part 3 is just around the corner.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. There's been a lot of talk recently about Congress wanting to make changes in ACA. What's out there? What do you think could happen, will happen?
You know, it's hard to say. I don't think it's right to comment on what they're going to do until it gets done because
come on, let's just throw some ideas out there.
I don't know. We have no idea. They've put up the
Well, what's being talked about that they don't like? Why are the Republicans sitting there going, this stuff doesn't work? Now, I have my own opinions, but what's really getting in the way?
Price increases.
We've already demonstrated that this is not working.
A little closer to the mic. We can't hear you.
We've already demonstrated that this is not working. This was supposed to dampen down and corral healthcare costs. Well,
right.
It hasn't.
Right.
It hasn't.
I mean, it has gotten people on the rolls that were not on the rolls. Not everybody, but it has helped there. It just hasn't brought down. Costs have gone skyrocketing.
So, if you would, let me interject here for a second. So there are a few different things that we've seen with the coming of the ACA. We've seen prices increase, and we've seen insurers pull out.
Yes.
Two things that are very
Mine's
important.
pulling out this year. Send me a notice. We're Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Gone.
We're done.
Done. Not here any longer.
Yeah.
There is no more Blue Cross.
No, offered here in Georgia.
In our area, because insurance is mandated by the state in which you live, and then it's broken down by counties even beyond that. So you could have one insurer plan in one county, and then the county over, they don't offer it. You see. So there's two problems with that. There's the price increases on the individual consumer, and then there are the abilities of these insurance carriers to stay within the marketplace. They can't stay within the marketplace. I'll tell you a little story. I've got a friend who works for Blue Cross Blue Shield, Anthem of Georgia. She is a large group underwriter. And when the ACA was first starting to get onto the books with the United States of America, she said, "Oh my God, Blue Cross Blue Shield's going to be so rich. We're going to get rich off this plan." That's what I was told. And now they've taken themselves out the marketplace. No one's getting a bonus for quote 50 years, is what I've been told. So I mean, that's the problem. Is now people have increased prices. You can't get the plan you want with the insurer you want because they're not available on the marketplace. They can't afford to stay on the marketplace.
Interesting. Now, Keith, you're in the financial markets area, or at least were for a good part of your career. What are the insurers doing? What are the health insurers looking? I mean, are they losing money every quarter? Are they making money? What's happening out there?
No, they're doing very well. If you look, CVS wants to buy Aetna right now.
CVS wants to buy Aetna?
I mean, Aetna wants to buy CVS.
Okay, I was like,
but
wow.
Aetna has the money to buy CVS because they see how this is progressing. The healthcare companies can move in and out of a profitable market if they want. One of the things that Trump has explored would be to blur the lines, to take the state lines out and make that competition happen. We'll see if that works. I'm not so sure, but we have to see if it does work. But that might be a solution. It might not be. You know what's really hurting? It's hurting people here. Let's use here in Atlanta. People south of 20, meaning people who are in rural areas, they're losing hospitals because of this. And that's an issue. So I'm going to circle back to telemedicine. That can solve or at least alleviate some of that problem where you're in a rural area and you cannot see a top-notch doc because they just don't exist anymore. They're not making money. They're not getting paid by the health insurance companies. They're seeing 60, 65 patients a day, and they're still not getting paid. So that's where our solution comes in. It really helps everybody. And guess what? Most of America looks like south of 20 a lot more than it looks like Atlanta.
Yeah, I have a friend that is in Naples, Florida. Very expensive area of Florida, if you're familiar with that. And he's going through a major medical issue. And I said, thank God that you're in that area, because every major doctor wants to live in Naples, right? It's a beautiful place. South Florida, it's expensive. So he's got access to great medical care. But if he was somewhere else, south of 20 in Georgia, he wouldn't have the same benefits.
It would be less likely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're a top surgeon, you want to live in Macon or do you want to live in Naples?
Exactly.
Pretty simple.
Exactly.
So these are big issues, big issues, and some of that can be bridged by our solution.
So if you're someone who's on the go, like a flight attendant or a trucker, if you're someone who's a doctor and you have to take care of other people during the day and you don't have time to take care of yourself all the time. If you're someone who has a family that you have to take your kids to school, drop them off, go to work, go back to school, pick them up, we don't have time in our daily lives for ourselves. So getting yourself 2 moments to go on your app, tell a doctor to call you. They call you within 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and you tell them what's going on and you get a prescription and you pick it up at your convenience. There's nothing quicker, easier than that. And that's what the solution is of telemedicine.
Do you want to talk a little bit about My Student Health Pass? Because students are a big part of this.
I think we should talk about the My Student Health Pass. We are working on a solution for students. I can speak pretty well to this because I was in college from 2010 to 2014, and I had to deal with the on-campus infirmaries. It would be to the point where I'd have to make an appointment a week out ahead of time to see a doctor or even just a nurse practitioner inside the infirmary. And then when I got there, I'd be sitting there for anywhere between an hour and 2 hours. They were always behind. They were always understaffed. So bringing telemedicine to students will do it will do a myriad of things. First, it will allow the student to keep themselves healthy on campus without having to go into the infirmary. Secondly, it will allow the universities to save money for all of those students that would otherwise be coming in for nothing more than a sore throat or a cough. They now can go to the teledoc, get taken care of the teledoc, and now the doctors and the nurse practitioners within the infirmary can be on campus helping those with a little bit more invasive issues that are going on, give them the attention they need quicker when they need it.
The solutions, I think, are endless, and we could keep going for hours here. Did you have one more question?
I do have a question. I want to know how to walk through the process of getting my health pass.
Super easy.
That's what I was at. Let's get to the tell us how we can get a hold of you.
Let's make a delineation. If you go to the My Health Pass site, it's going to be more expensive if you log on for yourself. It's going to look at $34.95 for an individual and $54 for a family. Okay. If you go through an agency, it might look the same. If you go through an early adopter like Fortress, it's going to look at like $24. It's going to look exactly like $24.95 for an individual, $54.95 for a family of 7, right? Up to 7. Mm-hmm. Okay, and for line item solutions. So let's say we're a big organization. Let's say we're at University of Georgia or we're a fraternal organization and we don't need the entirety of the package. We might strip out the cholesterol because most 18 to 22-year-olds don't have high cholesterol. We can drop and tailor make that price for an organization as well.
All right, so let me ask you this. I'm big on this. I like customer service. Technology is great, but sometimes I just want to talk to a human. Do they have the ability at Fortress to pick up the phone and say, hey, Ashleigh, Keith, I got a question about this. I need someone to walk me through the process?
Yes, of course. We are here to walk you through the process. 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. EST.
Yeah.
Except Friday afternoons when we're doing podcasts.
If you walk in at 9 a.m. to Fortress Brokerage, you're late. I swear the Baratta family sleeps there. They lie about having their house. They sleep in there. But it's a 24/7. It's powered by Teladoc. Keep that in mind, which is a publicly traded big company. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. So if we can't personally answer your question, which we'd prefer to do, you can use the My Health Pass Master 1-800 number.
So give us a website and give us the email addresses.
For which?
For what? However you want the audience to contact you guys.
Okay. So there's a couple of ways to get in touch with us. And we're not just a health insurance company. We are an advanced solution company. We see big problems and we solve them. So the master site would be www.fortress, Fortress, brokerage.com. Ashleigh and I have our own site, which is called Call, CALL, the numeral 4, thedoctor.com, which you'll find all of the teledoc information on there. And our phone number, and I'll let Ashleigh share that with you, is
678-322-3045 is our direct line to the office.
I love that. Call for the doctor.
Call for the doctor.com,
Call for the doctor.com. I love that. You just got to remember to put in the number 4. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. I really do. This is an area that affects every single entrepreneur and business owner. And it's quite frankly, is something that we don't want to spend a lot of time with. We just want it to go away. We want to take care of our employees. And at the same time, we've got to make sure that we're continuing to make a profit.
Well, yeah, we make intelligent solutions for intelligent people. So when it comes down, when the government mandates something, like whether it's taxes or whether it's healthcare, it's going to affect an entrepreneur. That's where we step in and solve all of those problems.
We are advanced planning solutioners.
Well, what made sense for me was, yes, we have to conform to what the ACA says, but we're able to pick and choose pieces of that for the things that we want, and we don't have to choose the things that we don't want, and we can choose the levels that we want.
Customization of health
and
insurance.
I didn't realize that existed.
Yep.
So
customization of health insurance.
A la carte.
Yes.
Terrific. There you go.
Small plate insurance.
Well, but sometimes the a la carte costs more money, right?
Sometimes it does.
Right.
Not in this case.
Not in this case. So thank you for listening, and thanks for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thor.
Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com, and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners, and if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin. Click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.